Hi everyone, Greg here. So here I have the arrow of certainty. Okay, so the more to the right we're going, the more certain we are. Now, over here we have absolute certainty. This is out of reach for human beings. So here we have mathematics. This is the highest level of certainty that humans can possibly achieve, right? This is our limit. Now, does this even exist? Absolute certainty? I don't know, but if it does, in any case, we can't reach it. And it's not a matter of we haven't figured this out or whatever, it's just intelligence has limitations, and so logic and intelligence don't allow you to get this far. They only allow you to get this far, right? And we know this because of mathematics from the 1930s. We have Gödel's incompleteness theorem. We have Alan Turing's papers on the computability of numbers, and this basically tells us that computation and logic has limitations, and so therefore you can't get past that. Okay, so now we can look at this whole area here, and this is the hard sciences. Hard sciences. So basically this include things like physics, right? Chemistry, and of course, mathematics is here as well, right? So the things that use high standards of proof, okay? Sometimes they talk about 5 sigma, okay? Now, 5 sigma means that there's only 1 in a million chance that their discovery is more like a fluke and not an actual discovery. So here they use very high standards of proof, and they're very, very confident about the things that they're saying. Okay, then next to it, you have the social sciences. Social sciences. Now, those are sciences that can't reach this level of certainty. Okay, they can't live up to that standard. So these are things like linguistics. And these are things like history. But we can't really be as certain of those things as we are of this. Now, what about psychology? Well, psychology is kind of the troubled child of science, and it belongs somewhere here, okay? Now, on this extreme, there you have pseudoscience, and then you have quackery. Okay, that's over there. So psychology, people will argue, does it? So here, over here, you have non-science, okay? So these are not things that are wrong necessarily. They're just not, they don't use the scientific method, okay? So psychology maybe belongs here somewhere, or maybe belongs out there. See, the thing is, it's very hard to put humans in a test tube, and so you have in psychology, let's say, the replication crisis. So like various results from studies couldn't be replicated, and so it puts them into question. So psychology has a real issue. Psychiatry is definitely outside of science, right? Psychiatry. Now, I think a lot of psychiatrists will turn green right now, but that's just how it is, right? Psychiatry is not science, okay? Now, why not? Okay, well, because it doesn't use the scientific method. So if we look, for example, at homosexuality, okay, until the 1970s, homosexuality was considered a mental disorder, and it was listed in the DSM. So the DSM is basically a book that lists all the disorders that that are recognized by psychiatrists, and homosexuality was in there until it was taken out. Now, why was it taken out? Is it because all of a sudden they have more evidence? Okay, is it because all of a sudden they got a new insight? Is it because all of a sudden there was a new breakthrough made? No, it wasn't any of that. What happened is the cultural standards towards homosexuality had changed, and so they held a vote, and then they decided as a result they were going to take it out of the DSM. Well, voting That's not how you do science. Okay, so psychiatry is not science. Psychology is maybe science, depending on who you ask. And then you have the social sciences, which are good, and they're actual science, but they don't reach the same standard of proof. And then the highest standard of proof is the hard sciences. Another thing I would put here is philosophy. Okay, so when Socrates says, the only thing I know for sure is that I don't know anything, and that puts me ahead of those who think they know but don't, well, those are words of wisdom. This is philosophy, but this is not science. This is not part of the scientific method, and so it's a different kind of thing, right? So it's non-science. Okay, hope this helps. Thank you for watching.